there are some great games of the 2000s, like Spyro Year of the Dragon, BioShock, and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So I kind of see why Medal of Honor Airborne is such an underrated game. But is it as good as I remember? Today, we're going back to World War II and becoming airborne. I can honestly say, we haven't even jumped in the game yet, and there's just the music start that just strikes you. One, World War II, which is when the game's set. Two, it just strikes you as being hyped. And three, you know the game's going to have a great soundtrack when you hear this music.
Sicily, the village of Adante. S2 is reporting 4 enemy AA emplacements positioned throughout the village. The first is located to the west, in a sector hereafter referred to as Hill Houses. The second is located just beyond the northeast gate leading out of the village. The final 2 are heavily defended, located on the roof of the mayor's residence, recently converted to an enemy command post. This is our most current recon on the drop zone. Red markers indicate the areas of highest enemy concentration. Unless you plan to win this war on your own, I suggest you avoid them at all costs and steer instead for the green smoke flares. We move out in 2 hours. Dismiss.
That's one thing I do love about this game. It's the fact that instead of having a cutscene at the very start of the game, you get a debrief of the mission, your goals for the mission, what you've got to do, the safe zones you can land in, which currently in this one there looks like there's 2 safe zones, and also the loading screens depict enemies you're going to be up against. And you also choose your weapon loadout. Like, there's the mouse, there it is. Like, at the very start, you can only choose between a couple of weapons, which we are going to go with the Thompson. What's better, Grand or Kark? Okay, the Kark, and then pistol, you only get the Colt 45. So at the start, there's not very many customizations in the loadouts, but loadouts were literally before their time in this game. You even get sometimes quotes, like from Benjamin Franklin. You get his 1784 quote. Infinite mystery. And it always starts with you jumping out the plane because you're an airborne. I have to say, even the graphics for a 2007 game, this game is before its time. This is good graphics for its time, I'd say. Although, with games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming out in this same year, or the year Airborne came out, it's not a surprise that Airborne's kind of looked down on and is underrated. And it's also nice that where you can land is pointed out by the green smoke. So those are the safe zones where enemies will not be, which you got to try and spawn in, or land in, shall I say. And you can end up falling on roofs and watch landings like that. The first thing we got to do is destroy an AA gun. And you don't get a map, or do you? No, you don't get a map. You just got to work out where you're going based on the compass. While aiming down sights, you can't actually move. I don't think you can climb through windows. There's a lot you actually can't do in these older games. While we're heading around, we're just gonna reload. Like, I really feel like this game was before its time. Oh, he's our guy. And you can actually nicely thrown. The hitboxes though weren't too good from what I'm now seeing. Although that was quite good. Oh. It's also quite nice that enemies drop sometimes. They drop their own weapons. If I remember right. Trying to play this on PC now is a lot harder than playing it on Xbox back in the day. Like, when I first played this, I was playing Xbox 360. The best console of its time. Although PlayStation people will probably still disagree. And they will still be wrong. It's one of those games where you don't want to play aggressively. If you play too aggressively, you will end up dead. Very much. You don't really get a health regen. Health regen wasn't a thing in this game. If you wanted health, you had to find it from either enemies or by just finding it on the ground. It was literally bare bones. And if you could actually manage to complete this without dying, that was a miracle. Let's get to the next air gun. M1 Grand. We're going to actually swap out for the MP40. Because our Thompson has a lot of recoil. Remain to it. Are we getting to the gap? No, we can't. That's our guy. Well, you can barely hit that dude up there. One thing I did love is you could pretty much run straight past them for a moment. With my bad axe, they killed them. You could actually go up in the tower, if I remember right. So I remember this game quite well. And you can actually take out the turret, dude. Very easily. And I was gonna say, if I remember right, there's a dude up here. It's health. And is he gonna drop his gun? He did not drop his gun. if you're lucky, you could actually get the people that are on the roof. I think sometimes the dude in the tower does drop a Springfield, I think it is, a scoped Springfield. Then that's what he drops. But it's not always that an enemy is going to straight up drop their weapon. We need to get up there. We need to get up to the roof. Yeah, let us do grenades. Grenades are quickly thrown. But some of the enemies are quite stupid as well. Oh, we did take some damage there. And we want to come around the side here. There is a dude there. If I can actually hit him.
I got your back!
Got that. Oh, dude died. And like, it was very weird as well coming back to the game where the interact button what button is it to reload? You can also get accommodations as well for your weapons. Anyone got any MP40 ammo? No, apparently not. Quick scope. I think a lot of the time I ran my MP40 in cart. The cart was literally quite strong, like you'd expect it to be. Reload. But it was accurate. So it was one of my favorite weapons. Did we get any MP40? No, we didn't get any MP40 ammo down there. There you go. Oh yeah, SMGs. Literally, they drop tons of different ammo. Oh, we need help. We need help. It was not an easy game. I can definitely remember that. I think the rest of the enemies are on the roof. Dangerous place, the roof. And I do love the fact that even if you're not on the right floor to kill the enemies, it still points them out. Like, the compass will show them in a different light, well not light, different shade of red, if they're, let's say, on the floor above. Which is quite a nice thing. And I think at this point, this is when, like, COD was still going with just a heartbeat sensor showing them on your level. Like, this game was so underrated. And that's a definite. There you go, you get marksman accommodation, the MP40. Now we get dual magazines, so you get attachments, faster reload, stuff like that. And I think those those sorts of things are literally just on the weapon the minute you unlock it. We want to swap back to the cart. I think when you upgrade the level of the cart, I think the level of the things as well is depicted through the like XP bar that's on them. So I think if we switch back, yeah, the MP40's now got no blue on it, whereas the cart has half a bar, basically, may as well call it. But I can honestly say this is one of my favorite games of all time. From the last, like, 20 years. Bearing in mind, I'm 22, yeah. The last 20 years is about the right time to say it. That's literally, you just walk through and just annihilate half the enemies half the time. But the downside is that when firing, you can't move. You can't move other than leaning left and right, which is still a mechanic used in like Rainbow. Rainbow 6 uses that mechanic these days, as in like being able to lean around corners. I don't think there's many things that actually use it usefully. Like, I know COD Ghosts, I think it is. I think COD Ghosts had it. But no one really used it. It's that sort of thing. I think there's an enemy just around here.
Non lasciateli avvicinare!
Like, the more kills you got with a certain weapon, the more it leveled up. It's like, you don't see that in games these days. Like, in campaign games. It's all multiplayer based that has all the level ups. And there's multiple routes to go about doing the levels. You don't have to do all the objectives in order. You can do multiple ones at once. Like, we didn't have to go to that town hall area as our second place we went to. We could have saved that as our last one. And we can see now the park is nearly leveled up. And as I said earlier, I've never actually played this on PC. So me trying to play this now actually makes it a little bit harder playing it on PC because I'm playing this through the Xbox Games Pass. So anyone who wants to pick this up and hasn't ever played this yet, I can honestly recommend it as a solid game to play. Because even though the mechanics of this are old and everything like that, it's still a solid game. Like, you have to be very accurate with the guns in this game. Otherwise, your shots did not hit. The hitboxes were literally minimal. You either had to aim directly at a body part to hit it, or you did not hit that body part. Ooh, polished. Rate of fire is now increased. Which is with a cart, I think it was needed. Come on, poke your head. Poke your head, buddy. Reload. But the AI actually had something about them that made them smarter. They wouldn't randomly run into your grenades. Although if they were near your grenades, they'd probably stick around them for some reason. They weren't the smartest, but they also weren't the dumbest.
Get ready to cover me! Now! Move up!
And it's one thing I did love. And it's also the fact that the loading screens, when literally tell you about the enemy you're going to come up against, they don't tell you everything about them, but you do get the basics of being told about them. So you're like told their basic weapons, stuff like that. Like, I will show you in a moment when we get through this mission. Like, having F as your button to hit people, just in 2022 feels wrong. And I kind of hate this game was never remastered. It still hasn't been remastered, to be fair. But there is mods and everything like that that upgrade the graphics and everything like that. But this game needs a re-release. You only get 4 bars of health at the start. Some windows you just can't climb through. Can't always hit your enemy. But look, some of them are stupid. Five-round clip now, good. So we only got two health left. Luckily there's health there. That dude's stupid enough to try and get on my gun again. And sometimes, if you miss your shot, it can be detrimental. Like, it will cost you. It's also quite cool to see that the accommodations with the weapons you can get end up like you can get them quite quickly. I think the level 3, buddy. Oh, god damn it! See, this is what I'm on about. The start of mission, it's Italian black shirts, and they wield, I think it was MP40s and stuff like that, and you don't really lose much by dying. You might lose a little bit of XP in your weapon, some enemies might respawn as well. But you don't really lose much. And I actually just realised as well, you don't actually lose XP. We have nearly got our park already nearly met. Like, some of the AI is stupid. Like, why you stay standing to be shot, I don't know. But some of it works well, some of it doesn't. Hold E to get health. There we go. Is there one for ammo? No. But our Kark is... I want to say it's one of the strongest weapons you get straight away. I don't remember what other weapons you get later. I think the PPSH is one of them. But that's like very late game. There we go, we've got our third accommodation. That accommodation is polished match grade. Oh, so it doesn't just go free, it goes even higher. I was gonna say, I remember there being a scope part in this. Either I'm just bad at climbing through windows, or you just can't climb through some windows. And also back then, there was no such thing as sprint reloading for this game. That also was not a thing. You very much have to hope you're in good position half the time. Precision shots are fun to get, and I think actually headshots as well level up your weapon quicker. Around here. Did I say that right? There was a dude upstairs. There's a dude on the stairs there. Missed the headshot. About to get our fourth accommodation. The Kark. I'm hoping it'll be a scope. Hey, combination 4, sharpshooter. Increases the clip. Faster reload now. So it's literally, the more you use a weapon, the better that weapon will actually be. What the? He'd be great in football. He's a great diver. Did they finish off that last enemy? Like, I think it was after this you kind of get like an extraction thing, or is this the end of the mission? Might be the end of the mission? I'm not sure. If I remember right, in this mission, you have to fight your way back out.
Tell the CO we got this one.
Sir, Sergeant Sensor's requesting reinforcements ASAP.
Christ, we're spread thin as it is. Okay, you and Travers go, I'll hold here. I can't stand Setzer anyway.
Travers being us, by the way, as well. Never actually showed the tutorial.
We gotta secure the rest of the town.
But we need to get out of here.
All air airborne forces within range of this transmission. Be advised that we have a platoon-sized unit pinned down and under heavy fire in the northwest sector of Adanti. All units receiving this signal are ordered to proceed to that area to relieve and reinforce.
Now they're trying to move it on Earth. Instead of the other way around. Come on, poke your head, dude. There we go. I would kind of like, if people do like this video, I kind of want to see like 5 likes on this at least. But if people want, I will do a series for this game. Because I enjoyed this game back in the day so much. Because it was one of those games that's literally, it's underrated. But it was a great game. It's very underrated. Oh, there goes one of our dudes. We've now got to fight through downtown.
Are you two my only reinforcements?
And one thing that does work quite well is the fact that the shooting is louder than the person trying to talk sometimes.
How we've encountered the enemy and lost contact with our sniper team! And get us more reinforcements!
Because it's kind of how it would be. Gunfire would be louder than the person talking. It works so well.
See those troopers up there? Those are Germans! Unlike the Aztecs, they know how to fight! Watch yourselves! We need to find that sniper team!
Also, that's another thing I like. You always press the same guy. You never change who you're playing as. And I do love the fact that mission campaigns in this, you can change how you like. Or not you change, but the loadout change how you play. Like you can have 2 like SMGs and an assault, or like you have an assault rifle and an SMG from the very beginning. Or you can do what I'm doing and just messing around with the car. And shooting guys in the butt. Like, this guy could have got the drop on me so easily. But
About time somebody showed up. Stay
it
clear
was
of
me
the
who killed
window.
him instead.
There's a sniper across the way. We got Harding there. Thinks he got us both. He's been on the radio for reinforcements. You're gonna have to take the shot. Take Harding Springfield.
There's this bit where we get Springfield.
Through. The Germans are moving in. They're trying to retake the town. Hurry! Stay low.
A significant enemy force remains in the defensive on the outskirts of Adante. S2 is reporting that there may be a regimental-level commander present in those defenses. All units are hereby instructed to engage those defenses
There
with
we
the
go.
objective of either killing or capturing that officer.
Infiltrate German. We've got to infiltrate the Germans.
Let's go on the double.
Go, let's go, let's go. Like, you know a new mission's coming through. It comes through as like a telegram
Enemy armor approaching
of
from the north.
beeping
All
noise.
units are instructed to fall back to town square and provide immediate support.
God damn. Heavy firepower around here. They have very heavy firepower here. I love how the fact that the mesh... Oh, we got a little bit of buggy there with our weapon disappearing. But I love how the mesh of the car doesn't stop you from firing through the gaps. Back to this team. Assemble with Airborne. Go, let's go, let's go. Then soldiers. What's that? Assemble on the roof. German officers. I was about to say German officers. There's 3 left. I wonder. No, you can't jump high enough for that. Like, if you can't get to an area, get through an area a certain way, there are multiple ways in which you can then move in on an area. Like, they have that front area completely pinned down. For me, just sneak around the back, flank them, and take them all out one by one. Like, you don't technically have to use grenades in this, but they are fun to see the ragdoll physics. The one thing I do love about this one is the fact that it just throws you in at the deep end. Like, explains the mission to you, throws you in at deep end. Kind of like how Medal of Honor Rising... Is it Rising Sun? The one that starts with Pearl Harbor? That was a great game as well. I only ever played that on Xbox. The original Xbox, I think it was. But that was also a great game kind of before its time. That guy was stupid. My guys all just ran straight past me, still aiming in front of him. Like, we've already taken this building once, and they're still trying to hold it. Expert accommodation. You now get a grenade launcher. A grenade launcher on my car. Okay. The car is more like a sniper. So why is it firing grenades? It just doesn't make much sense to me. Like, the concept of it. Concept of grenades in this. Very well done, but putting a grenade launcher on the car just strikes me as a bit strange because, one, it's a sniper / marksman rifle, not an AR. So it having a grenade launcher seems a bit weird. Move up, move up, move up, move up. And this will be a good point to now try and use. Walk by and boom.
Forces in and around Adante. Airborne reinforcements are on the way. Hold your ground till they arrive. Repeat, hold your ground.
Like, it's a cool concept, putting a grenade launcher on a sniper, but it just seems a bit weird. Like, are we heading now back to the roof, I'm guessing? So my dude kind of lost their ground here.
That was the last of them.
But the final level for this is kind of a great level as well.
Got inbound.
Reinforcements!
Here they come, boys! Looks like we made it!
Counterattack repelled. Here's reinforcements. I believe that is mission 1 over.
Officer, this is the after-action report for the 82nd Airborne, July 11th, 1943. Landed at 22:30 hours under heavy fire. Airborne troops destroyed all enemy AAA emplacements in and around Adanti. Village and its environs were cleared and secured. Enemy currently retreating to the north. This operation, the first
It was a
combat
very
job for our division,
well done game.
was decisive,
Because you
but
can't even
costly.
tell the graphics, to be fair, of 2007. But then that could also be because of my PC and also I'm running this on high graphics, which are probably back then most people couldn't actually run. But that is our accommodations. We got a soldier medal, legit or Legion of Merit, complete any mission without dying, complete all missions. Okay, that's what we can get later. But our stats, we got 249 hits, 177 kills, shots fired 728, our accuracy was only 34, but then we did start the mission by using the Thompson, which had quite a lot of recoil to be fair, 2 melee kills, multiple headshots, loads of torso, arms, and apparently we shot 10 guys in the groin. We got 3 triple kills, 5 in a row we didn't get, but our favourite weapon was the Kark in that mission. Any badges we got? We got 3 of them multiple times for the Kark. But where does that put us now? That takes us from Italy, where they're kicking us with the boot, further into Italy, to a place I don't know how to pronounce. I was like,
Gentlemen,
loading
I
screens
am
wouldn't be
as
so long
surprised to be
because my
here as
PC
you
is
are.
stronger these
We were
days.
not intended to support the invasion of Italy.
But we've
After
just gone from
steamrolling inland,
Sicily,
it would look like an easy
heading
picture.
towards Naples.
General Clark's men have been subjected to fierce counterattacks and are taking heavy losses.
Like every mission
Germans
starts
withdrew their supply lines all
with
along
this.
the Amalfi coast,
A debrief
forming staging areas
of last
to support
mission,
surprise counterattacks.
a show of the map
The
for
largest
this mission,
of them is located here, near the Pestum archaeological
and what you
project
will
outside
have to
Salerno.
do throughout this mission.
The Germans are dug in and well protected among the ruins. We must dismantle their operations piece by piece. An enemy communications center is located to the south.
Like,
Strike fast.
you can tell straight away
Motor
what you're
pool
going to have to
lies the
do.
north.
You've got to
Sabotage
take out
enemy
their
and all fuel
comms,
supplies.
ruin the motor pool.
Finally, we have reports that the
And then
enemy has a
work on the
munitions
munitions.
stockpile hidden somewhere among the excavation. Find it and
Points it
remove
all
the
out
threat.
to you, and you know everything straight away.
Okay,
And you would
dismissed.
still get your 2 drop zones. Go to the tent and have a look at our weapons. So they've put the Springfield there. We want our Kark back. We've got 3 awards for it so far. Secondary, we're gonna keep us at Springfield. Like, can we change anything on our Kark? No. Still only get the Colt 45, and you now have the Springfield added to what you can get. Like, recoil on the Thompson apparently is really low, but I didn't believe it. We are going to put the Thompson as our secondary, and that's where I'm going to be ending this video. I do want to give a quick conclusion of the game. Is it as good as I remembered out of 10, with a rating out of 10? It's a solid 8. Is as good as I remember. There are some flaws that I didn't remember, like having to tilt when you're firing weapons and that sort of stuff, and you can't run when firing, can't reload when firing. That kind of knocks it down as losing those extra 2 points. It could have had to be a 10. So it is as good as I remember, with an 8 out of 10 rating. If you want to see more videos like this where I check out the older games and give my rating of how I remember them and that sort of stuff, and also maybe if you want to see a series for this, like a 2022 series for this, because no loading screens, everything's gonna run smoothly, I hope, then drop a like on this video. I hopefully want a like rating of 10, well not 10, 5, we'll go with 5, because still small YouTuber. But without further ado,
they wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies.